3, 2, 1, pitch. What is your business about? What do you do? So tell me, in these 2 last weeks, how has your answer evolved? Are you more aware about the energy, the words that you use? How was the experience? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for some of you. I'm happy to welcome you in my hotel room in the Philippines. I'm excited. I'm going to spend 2 days with a multinational supporting the staff and to mine this inner diamond and to take their life, their work to another level, unleashing their full potential. And here I'm very excited to share with you the next 15 minutes in this part 2 of one of the most powerful personal tool that you can have, the elevator pitch. It is not only powerful, but it's very empowering because it gives so much power to be able to pitch about what you love, to pitch about what you do with the energy, the enthusiasm, and the impact that you want to have on people. Okay, so raise your hands. Who has done the little homework from last time, writing down everything that you have to say about your business, that ideally you would like to share with people if there was no time consideration? Did you write all of them? That's okay. For those who did it, superb. Take your notes with you. For those who have not done it, that's okay also. You'll do it after this video, and this video will keep on Facebook page of BNBcom so that you can rewatch it. So today my idea is really taking you to starting crafting your pitch, your 60 seconds, your powerful and impactful answer to this question: what do you do? What is your business about? Today, 3 main things I want you to start looking at and define precisely, but also with creativity and with innovation. Daring being the fun, inspiring person that you are within. Releasing a little this so formal, because we think it's so professional, this formal, serious, and a little stretch and stuck style that we have when we answer to this question: what do you do? I'm going to invite you to explore this side of you within, this shiny side of yours, to answer 3 key questions when you pitch about what you do. First, who are you? Second, what do you do? And third, why do you do it? What is unique and what is useful? 3 questions. Many of you probably start smiling, saying, well, I already say that. But let's look at how we say that, or how do we want to say it to capture the attention of people in 60 seconds. First one, who are you? So you may laugh very loud right now and saying, I always say, who am I? Well, have a look. Maybe rewind and remember this last time someone came to you in a networking event and didn't actually ask for your name. People come say, hi, what do you do? Why are you here? So you're not starting by saying, hello, I'm Amelie. No, you answer directly into the question. And then the conversation is finished. You leave the person, start talking to another one, and you actually didn't say your name. So who are you is actually a very important thing to think previously about and to be prepared to announce. Why? First thing, think about, is it a formal or informal environment? So you may want to say only your first name. You may want to say your first name and family name. And then when you want to introduce yourself with all the length of your names, and I know what I speak about when I speak about long names, you may wonder which cultural or social environment you are with and if your name may be challenging in terms of understanding for the people, will your name actually be distracting in the conversation, or can you make it flow? And that's an important thing to think about. You know, my name, my family name, Jan Guifes, even for the French, can be challenging. So people stop, Jan Guifes, people don't understand. So actually, when people are trying to figure out what is the spelling, figure out why a French woman has a family name that's Jan, like that sounds very Chinese to some people. Actually, it's distracting, it's disruptive. Me, I want to connect on something else. I want to connect on what I do. I want to connect on what I want to listen from them. And then conversation will stop on my name. So in advance, because you know who is your audience, you know who you're going to talk to or who you want to talk to, think in advance how you're going to introduce yourself. Will you say your first name, full name, and how will you say it in a way that it's giving the information you want people to have so they can connect with you after that, but without removing the attention or the focus from what is very important here, which is what you do and what is your business about. A little tip, in some countries it is very common, even in the professional world, to use nicknames. And remember, whether it's in public speaking or when you pitch to people, people don't like, your audience or your listener, they don't like to feel like an idiot. And many times I heard people who have nicknames who, out of their heart to make life easier, will tell me, oh, my name is this, but call me by my nickname because you won't be able to pronounce it. And actually it feels like, hey, I can pronounce it. So it's actually very distracting, and you want your listener to be with you. You want to engage with your listener. You don't want to send messaging to your listener that your name is very difficult, that he or she is not going to be able to pronounce it properly, and that's not important, okay? So you see that actually this who are you, which is only about your name, has a little more complexities than what you thought. Because here our objective is to connect, is to attract, is to hook, is to engage, okay? And we have 60 seconds for that. So be prepared. Who are you? How are you going to present yourself? And the who are you can be at different moments of your pitch. It depends on how you're going to initiate it. If it's what do you do, and you start reciting your name and everything, that's not going to work. So just think about how you're going to do it, and then depending on the flow of the conversation and the context, the environment where you are, you will choose where to position it. So that's the who are you. Second question, what do you do? And here there are two parts I want you to look at. First part, here is very key, because that's actually the question that you're going to be asked, or that's what people want to know. What is that you do? What is the common mistake we make? Just think about how do you answer this question. We start by a long history about sometimes our background, our CV, what we used to do before, or we give the title of our position. So in the first case, when we start explaining how we got there, we've lost our listener. The history may be very fascinating, but we are in a networking event, or we are in an elevator, or we are in a moment where the person has little time. So the question this person wants to know right now, what are we doing? And there may be other opportunities after in the conversation or the next time we meet to share more information about how did we get there. That may be precious, but many times it's only about us. It's very exciting for us, but not for the people who are listening to us. Okay? So that's the first thing. The second thing, when we start sharing what is the exact name of our function, of our activity. What is the challenge here? That when you're going to say the name of your professional activity, this is going to resonate in people with something they know, with something they believe, with probably a lot of misconceptions they have about your job. Let me give you a personal example. When I started networking with my new activity, people would ask me, oh, what do you do? I say, well, I'm a public speaking coach. Oh, people say, oh, public speaking, I don't do. Thank you very much. And no, I never speak in public. Because people would believe that I train people on tools and techniques to speak in front of 2,000 or 20,000 people, which is indeed a part of what I do, but a tiny part. And it's definitely not my main objective. That's not the purpose why I'm doing that. And this is not what I'm doing. But of course, this appeals to their misconceptions. And the people who would flee saying, oh, I don't need that, I don't do public speaking, actually the people I wanted to work with. And the people I work with now. Yeah, because when you're going to tell me your job, I'll have my experience, I'll have my misconception, I have my belief about what is your job. So here somehow the conversation has stopped. I'm not listening to you. I mean, we do that, no? At home, in our families, or with our colleagues sometimes. We anticipate what's going to be the answer. We anticipate what the person is going to say. So we sort of shutting off. We're hearing but not listening. And that's what happened to your interlocutor when you give the name of your professional activity. So here, the technique in elevator pitch is befold. One, you're going to hook their attention by telling them what is the problem you're working on. What is the opportunity that you are taking? And that's going to be the attractive thing. Ah, this is happening. This is the situation. This is how I see people. That can be something very creative, something factual, some statistics, a problem that you're solving, an opportunity that is there, a request from people, a demand, a need. So that's the hooking part. And then the second part of what do you do is how do you solve this problem? How do you dive into this opportunity? How do you meet people's need? So that's the second part. What do you do? Hooking attention of people and giving them what is that you are bringing to solve the problem, to respond to this opportunity. Yeah? So we have who are you? What do you do? And the third part, why are you doing this? And again, two parts. What is useful for your listener? So your listener, you may not know who is in front of you. You do not know who you're meeting in the elevator. You do not know who is sitting next to you in the plane and asking you, what do you do? But when you speak, when you present what you do, you're actually talking to your ideal listener. You are presenting your professional activity as if you had your ideal client. You had the employer of your dreams. Or you had the partner you're looking for. This may not be this person. And this could be the person you're looking for. And if this person is not the person you're looking for, because your pitch is really oriented towards the listener you want to attract and you want to convey the message to, then this person may be able to refer you to this person, to this ideal listener of yours. Okay? So when you speak, sometimes people ask me, I say, but do I need a different pitch for every person I meet? Cannot, and no need. you focusing on who you want to engage with. And we don't want to engage with the whole planet. Or at least we need to focus a little. Yeah? So when you have identified who is your ideal listener, what is the value of what you give and what you do, on how you serve, on your product, what is the value for this person of your product or your service? So that's what you're going to give them. You've said what you solve or what you bring. You've mentioned what is the solution or the opportunity you're taking advantage of, the need that you're meeting. And what's the value for this ideal client, for this ideal employer, for this ideal partner? So that's the first part of the why is it useful? And then here bring the why. Why do you do that? We often forget. We stay stuck in the what. But the passion that you have, the why you chose to do that, this is what is exciting for people. You remember this quote that I mentioned already in previous videos by Maya Angelou. People won't remember what you said. People won't remember what you did. But people will remember how you made them feel. So I may not be your ideal listener. And maybe your topic is not a topic that I'm very fond of. For example, you come to me with technology or speaking about cars, and those are not my topics. But if you hear and you're sharing with me the passion you have, the why you choose to do that, the why you're selling cars, the why you are developing technological platform or whatever, I may not get all of it, but I will remember. And I will remember, and I can pass the referral to someone else who actually needs your services. So why do you do it? And you'll see the power that you're going to experience when you share your why. Imagine you say, who am I? I am that. What do? I do this. It's why it's so flat. That's why we feel so uncomfortable. That's why many times I hear people saying, oh, you know, when I pitch, that's not me. That's not you, because you're not sharing your why. And your why is actually one of the key elements of your uniqueness. When I ask people, what is unique about what you do? What is unique about what you give to people? What is unique in the way you serve? Yes, it's very difficult to answer this question. I'm challenged also myself with this many times. What is unique? Well, what is unique, you can start finding it in your why. Why do I do that? Yeah? So in your pitch, 3 essential things. Who are you? Prepare it in advance. How do you want to introduce yourself? Second, what do you do? And in what do you do, you're going to have this hooking part of presenting the problem that is existing and that you're going to solve, the opportunity that you are taking, the needs that you are meeting. And then the second part will be, what is the solution you're bringing? What is how do you meet the need of these people? And the third part is why. Why do you do that? Because it has an added value for your listener. What does it bring to this person? And your personal why, your passion, your uniqueness, the thing that is different that you bring. You have probably the job, like I have, or many other millions of people. But there's something unique that you bring. Does not need to be something out of this earth. But reconnect with your passion. I have a job that many other people do. But we have different purpose. We have different why. And depending on the why that we bring, we're going to connect with different people. We're all here to serve. We're all here to give something. And we cannot serve everyone. So when you are able to share this why, you're going to find the right clients, you're going to find the right partners, you're going to find the right employer. Yeah? So now, I would like you to look at your notes where you have written everything, all the details. Like if you had all the time, all the details about what you do and you would like to share with people. Then look at that. Do you have the who are you? Well, I can guess that many have forgotten. Okay, that's okay. Add it there. Do you have a hooking part? I mean, what's the problem? What's the opportunity? Something attractive, sexy, creative? And how you solve this? What is that you're bringing? What is your gift? Do you see that in all these details? Then the third part. What is the added value for your listener? Why your listener wants to have that? Why your listener will want to buy this product? Why your listener will want to receive this from you? And the uniqueness of it, the energy, the purpose you are putting in what you do. So once you have seen that, what is the next step? You should have a big page full of written stuff. If you have such a small paragraph, you're going to be in trouble because you don't have even for 60 seconds. At this stage, I want you to have this big thing. Okay? You're going to add what needs to be added by and was discussed today. And you're going to start cutting. Second step, you cut all the jargon. You cut all the details. When I mean jargon, you know these words you use in your work, but that people don't understand. And again, like when I refer to the nicknames, people don't like to feel like idiots or like they don't know something. So when you are using jargon, you are using words that maybe we know, but maybe we don't know, then you are disconnecting people. People are not listening to you. Okay, so remove the jargon. No need. No need. When you enter into more detailed discussions, you'll have opportunity to share this jargon with them if it's very important and relevant. You remove that and you remove the details, the things that actually are not necessary. Okay? So you take a pen of different color and you start removing. Third step, you link the sentences together and make them flow. And then you'll have your first draft of pitch. Okay? So you take this first draft of pitch, rewrite it nicely, and start looking at yourself in the mirror. Start reciting it, start speaking it, practice with a friend, take someone at home and say, okay, let me pitch. See how you feel. The excitement, the enthusiasm you have for your profession, for what you do, for your pitch, is that what you're going to transmit first. You may have an amazing pitch, but if you are like that and reciting it, and that's what I'm doing, you're not connecting. We are all human beings. Even when we network, even if we are very serious with grey suits and ties or grey dresses and very formal and professional, we're human beings. We need connection. And this world is craving for smile, for openness, for creativity, for energy, for enthusiasm, for love. So bring that in your pitch. You're going to have so much impact. Sounds good? Okay. I had promised a little gift. So my little gift is for the 3, okay, let's say the 5 first ones who sent me a message on my BNB.com, or can be whatever. Yes, or let's say the BNB.com Facebook. send me a message. And for the 5 first one, I will be very happy to receive your pitch, review it, and we'll organize a little session so I can help you practice it and give you some tips to make it really powerful and impactful. This was part 2, the first draft of your pitch. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you doing it? Craft it. 5 first ones. I'm going to be happy to help you more individually and in a more personalized way to finalize it and give it the power and the sparkle that you want to give it. And we'll keep in touch. We'll do a part 3. I'm just looking for receiving your feedback and see how this has been useful. What is your journey? And then I'll keep you posted on Facebook when we'll have the part 3, sharing general tips and a little reviewing what are the key things for the pitch. Thank you so much. It was a great pleasure to be with you, and step into your power. Feel empowered and feel powerful. Bye-bye.